Welcome to another Jackalmen Games podcast. We were created with laughter in mind, so join us while we giggle and grow together.
Thanks for listening to Jackalmen Games. This is Parker Simpson Artwork. Support me and support the Jackalmen by checking out my artwork. I'm on facebook.com/Parker Simpson Artwork and online at parkersimpsonartwork.com. I create custom alternate art cards and playmats for Star Wars Destiny. If you haven't seen me around the web, check me out and show your support.
Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going to be talking about as much about MomoCon as possible and as little as about your
our personal decks.
Your personal decks. Yeah, I don't want to know like specific cards that are in your decks. I want it to be as secret as possible. But the main overarching question of the podcast this week is, if you were going to a big event in the upcoming weeks, what deck would you be preparing to play against, and what cards would you try to fit into your deck to counter them? So you guys have a major event coming up. You have been to a major event, and you played against each other. This meta is starting to form together, so I wanted to know your thoughts on that question.
So just like key cards that should be in your deck to kind of battle the meta.
Yeah. Okay. I know that the decks that you're taking include all colors. So that means that any card that you say isn't going to be like a telltale. Because you have red, blue, and yellow all included. So
I don't.
Well, you have red and blue, and he has red and yellow.
Yeah. That's true. So, and we have both sides of the spectrum, hero and villain.
Yeah, so. Hero and villain. So it's definitely going to help out a lot. So,
have we started?
Technically, welcome to another Jackalmen Games podcast. I'm here with Christian, also known as FaZe.
What's up? What's up?
We also have our resident wicked Sith of the South, Maul, also known as Eric. Guys? Hey, man. I don't know if I included this in the beginning, but you said that you need to catch us up on some F-bombs.
Yes, the fuck I do.
So, general rule of thumb on the Jackalmen Games podcast is definitely to keep it to one F-bomb, if possible, an episode. And we'll see how many I have to edit out.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna be like conscious of it. I'm just gonna let it flow. If it comes out, it comes out.
Oh man.
So I already said the question, so you guys can just jump in if you're ready, and I can piece it together.
So Christian, I think you'll agree. I think yellow has become a pretty dominant like color for everyone to play, whether you're playing hero or villain. But I do think Snoke will be like across the table from you. So I think like if you're playing yellow hero, I do believe that Decoy is such a huge card right now for yellow heroes. Even if you're playing like Bush or you're playing Satine or you're playing L3 or something, it'll slow the Faust, Snoke, Watto deck down, or anything really that it deals with, or Vandalize being played in hero or villain decks.
So talking about Decoy, so that does affect Snoke, right? Decoy?
Yeah, so whenever he deals his damage, the damage would never hit the character, so the character, the dice on that character that would be damaged is not resolved, and his effect fizzles.
So let me read this out to you right now, because I had to look up Decoy because I'm not a know-it-all. It's a 1-cost yellow card. It's an upgrade. Yellow character only. Before a character would be dealt damage, you may exhaust this upgrade to deal that damage to an attached character instead.
And it's a hero.
Wow.
It is,
and that turns off Snoke right away.
Yeah. So if they go to Snoke a resource or whatever, you take the 1 damage to your Satine or your Bush or whatever yellow character that you're playing at that time, because it's real easy for turn 1 to be able to just drop it down for 1 and just watch them cry, because now they have to not only use the resource that they have to mitigate your damage and you progressing your board state, but they have to slow roll their board state. Like they have to try to get there slower, where you actually have time to mess with their dice, and because they're going to need more than one to get to where one would get them.
So are we calling it a staple now for yellow? Is that like a thing now?
It's being talked about a lot. I actually saw it on Facebook today, where people were talking about it, and I've known about it for a while because of Adam, one of my good friends. He actually got 10th at the Jackal Hunt. He played his Yoda Gungan L3, and I told him to put that into his deck because of Snoke decks, and he said that it worked out really well because Snoke is the best card in the game right now, like hands down. Like
Hands down. There's no. I mean, I heard rumors of people wanting to like get it banned, and I mean, I don't agree with it. I think like there's always going to be that deck to be on top. Yeah.
Like I never sit down across from a Snoke, and I'm never scared to play against
Exactly.
Snoke because I'm a Snoke player myself, so I know how to beat Snoke.
Exactly. As long as you're used to. I've never played Snoke, so I can't say the same. But I've been across so many Snokes that it doesn't shake me. I think.
I was about to say, or that decoy in the Billionaires deck that's really popular right now, the 6-die hero mill deck. So
yeah, that deck is so annoying.
You just put it on Satine or you put it on Jar Jar, and you're just every time they go to try to Snoke, and you mitigate all the other dice, they can't get board state. Their resources take a hit, and then you get there and you pick their hand apart, so they can't play the supports, and they just get crapped on, dude. That card is so overpowering. But also, like I said, still on the yellow spectrum, I believe that Vandalize is at least a must-have at 1, if not 2. But I think 1 is strong enough right now, because not many things can get like Vader's Fist, but you do have like things like Billionaires out there that put a lot of dice out, or Phasma, or things. So things can definitely hit a 6 or a 5. So it just really depends. But Phasma has to be like with like a Watto, or is that possible? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be like Watto, but that's not like really a thing we see. That was just an example. But yeah.
I mean, I feel like Vandalize is the strongest in Billionaires. That is the strongest place that it should be.
You can vandalize a Falcon.
You can,
we saw
vandalize
that.
everything in the game. Yeah, we definitely picked yellow. Yellow hero is there, and yellow.
Well, just yellow in general.
Yeah. Is there anything that you grab if you're packing red?
Well, yeah, of course. If you're playing red hero, huge relevancy is with like heal cards. It just puts like, because if you're playing red hero, you're either playing Padme, or you're playing Kess Rex, or you're playing some just damage, like damage, and then you're also playing these heal cards that puts like you're putting out damage, and so are they, but you're getting so far ahead in the trade because your resources, like you're essentially mitigating their die by just healing back up.
Yeah,
but it just feels bad for them.
You know what card I'm a big fan of, that I think doesn't get enough praise as it used to be.
What's that?
As it used to. Suppressive Fire. I mean,
dude,
it's a silent killer, man. Like the fact that like,
dude,
you could suppress the fire. Watto die. Yep.
Watto's kryptonite, dude.
But
it's not the only thing that can hit him, though. That's the thing people forget. It's not the only thing that can hit him. They just don't like. It feels bad to play anything else that does hit him.
I mean, people forget you could. What's that yellow? The yellow card that says you remove a character die. It's a villain, but you can play in any Leia deck. I forget the name. It's a disgusting card. It has two.
Grappling Boa.
Well, Grappling Boa works on him too, but no, it's a new one. It's a 1-drop. Let me look it up. It's a 1-drop that says remove any character die. So that could be yours as well if you want to. Yes, it is an upgrade. It's really cool, man. It's one of the new ones. Let me get it up right here.
We're just pumping up yellow. Play yellow or
Yeah,
lose.
play yellow.
Yeah.
Yo,
I just-
can I be real about something real quick?
Don't be real.
I don't know why, and I might be stupid, and I want to catch a lot of flack for it, but it feels like Beguile is still a very strong card, but I feel like it's just fell off because I don't know why. Like in my head, something in my head with the way it clicks is just like Beguile's not as good as it was before rotation, but it's
I
still
agree.
one of the best like mitigation cards.
I
It
agree
doesn't
with
make
you.
sense.
I don't think it's the best card anymore. It's one of the best cards anymore. Like me personally,
It just feels bad now.
there's so many dice on the board, man. There's so many dice right now. You have to take
Yeah, but you
care
get
of.
to re-roll one, blank one, and remove one. Where like a lot of the other removal right now is a lot of single die removal. But I think where it feels bad is because we're getting we're getting to a meta where we're really stingy about our resources, and like we
Yeah.
don't want to spend two. We'd rather spend one and get rid of one die, and maybe play Baga if we absolutely have to.
If we have to, 100%. Like I think that right now, any blue removal, it's dead right now. Like it's just we can't afford just one die anymore. Like most blue removal is only one die now.
Yeah.
Whereas
Like,
you play yellow, we got Flee the Sea, and you play red, we got Snuff Out. I mean, there's so many things that you could play that's multiple removal. In villain, you have best defense,
oh, dude, in yellow you also have easy pickings.
And
easy
route.
picking, and Rao. Look at Rao. Like there's so many cards now that allow you to remove multiple dice for one drop. Whereas blue removal, I don't think of any blue removal right now that removes multiple die. I can't think of one. Correct me if I'm wrong on this.
I'm about to say mostly it's Beguile, it's Hidden Motive, it's Isolation. What else do we have? We have Mislead, we have Spell of Removal, we have...
My brain keeps going to Mind Trick, but Mind Trick doesn't count anymore.
Mind Trick was Awakenings. Mind Trick was my favorite card.
Yeah, we were having a conversation 2 days ago. I mean, Monday about Mind Trick. How like broken it will be right now.
Dude, that card would be so... Dude, that's what I played. That's why I played it at the fucking Jackal Hunt, dude. I Mind Tricked so many people and they were tilted.
It just hurts. Like Mind Trick hurts anybody right now. And the fact is that you're thinking like you put the ball in their car. Like what dice am I thinking about?
There is one mitigation card that would destroy the format right now.
Which one?
Feel Your Anger.
What?
Against Phasma? Against Phasma?
No, against anything. The 6-die villain, the 6-die that can hit blanks. The Snoke Watto and all that, when you roll out your Mega Blaster Troopers and they hit all those blanks, you're like, all right, get rid of them.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It's so stupid.
Yo, so talking about the card that removes is called Skill Tracker.
Skill Tracker, yeah.
Yeah, that card, I mean...
Yeah, it's a 1-drop. It has 2 specials on it. The special says that you just remove a character die.
Yeah. You could do it on yours or theirs. It just says remove a character die.
I don't know why you would remove yours, but I mean, that's a valid point.
Yeah, I mean...
Death by suicide.
If you want to, like...
The ultimate flex.
Exactly. Let's say somebody has they're playing Infinite and somebody has Force Throw on you and you're showing a 3.
Ooh, he brought up.
You know
if you're playing Force Throw and Infinite, you're bad.
So there's so many things that could happen. You know what I mean? So
I really wanted to play Palp and Infinite, like Palp Sentinel.
I'm telling you, Palp is disgusting in Infinite. I
just wanted to go Sentinel, play 4-speed, Sentinel, play Sith Holocron, just keep playing. And then my Sith Holocron hit the Force Storm, and then pay 1 because I haven't paid anything yet to roll it in. Just keep special chaining it until it doesn't, and then still power action it again.
Exactly. Let him remove it. Okay, here you go. Remove it. Please remove it. Let me just power action. Spend your removal.
Yeah, that's
on 1 die.
Like so I'm between like 3 decks really for Infinite.
Which ones?
Are they secret?
One secret, and then the other ones is Palp. Oh well, I guess no. I mean, Yoda Leia.
So let me lay some context down on you guys. The reason why we're kind of withholding a little bit of information is because MomoCon is coming up not this weekend but next, right?
Yes.
Yep.
24th
Okay.
and 25th weekend.
Which Christian and Eric are both attending, and as well as like every other Jackalman except me.
Because you suck.
Well, dude,
I know.
But-
I know. I'm just thinking.
buy my plane ticket.
Drive down.
Not in a lease. Not when I'm. Not if I go over my mileage. I got to pay a quarter for every mile that I go over.
Oh gosh.
That sounds horrible.
Rent a car.
The North sounds horrible.
No, that's everywhere, man. North or south. Right now,
Right.
well, just for Alabama sounds horrible right now, but
Oh yeah. with
yeah, the abortion thing. But
Thank
we're
you,
not going to
Andy.
talk about our political views at all.
That's a different story, guys.
Yeah.
This is not a political podcast. Uh,
That. Ooh.
and 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago already. Christian and Eric went 1-2, first place, second place at a $500 tournament at a cool stuff somewhere in Florida,
South Orlando.
South Orlando.
Yeah.
It was May 4th weekend, and they brought some decks that we can't talk about, and they're going to bring those decks that we can't talk about to a place that we can't talk about.
I mean, we're taking it to MomoCon. So you can say that.
Also, I haven't officially introduced Christian. This is the first time he's been on our podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is a member and the sole member of the Jackal Pack.
yeah, he is the
I am.
first member of the Jackal Pack.
The first and only right now. Who hopefully we get more partners there.
Eric,
Yeah.
do you want to explain the concept of the Jackal Pack to people?
Yeah, sure. So the original. So when after who was the last one to come on? Nick.
Yeah, Nick and Deanna kind of came on one.
So whenever Nick and Deanna came on, everyone was like, "This is a lot of people." This
7.
group, and so like we wanted to kind of cap it out because we had the lucky 7, but we also have like really good competitive friends that don't really have like a, like we're friends with like Cox down in Orlando and like Lake up in Birmingham and stuff, and they all have their pro teams that they're with, like Hyperloops and Your Destiny. Well, my boy Christian over here and me got really close, and I kept pushing, and everyone likes Christian because Christian's lovable. I love this guy to death. He's a fantastic player, and really me and him rival each other in deck building. Like it just snaps, and it's amazing to deck build with this guy. And so we were talking about over the span of however long it takes, that we wanted to start having the Jackal Pack grow. And what the Jackal Pack is they are sponsored players from Jackalmen Games that represent Jackalmen Games, not as Jackalmen, but as Jackal Pack. And they basically go to the events and they get to have fun on us essentially, but they're playing with our name on their back, and they are lovable people, because we don't want to bring anybody on that's toxic or not lovable. but yeah, I mean, if you want to add anything to it, either one of you, or like, go ahead.
In the past, it's always been a thought to get players to play for us.
But so I have a question though, Christian. What does, ever since like we first announced you like to our group as the first Jackal Pack member and such, like what does that mean to you specifically?
It just helps. I mean, knowing that I can have a group of team that I can be like, "Yo, guys, I'm debating whether this card is good, this card is bad," and you just be like, "Oh, let's just try it. Let's check it out." It makes the game a little bit much fun because you're not playtesting on your own. You know what I mean? Like you have a group of people where you could talk to and like, ask for advice, right? Because everybody plays a card game because they want to be good. Like you don't just play a game because I want to suck, right? Like you just want to like try to be a little bit competitive. Like you want to win. That's the mentality of it. And playing something, having a group of friends that could just talk trash about, like I'll be like, Eric, you suck, just randomly, and then he'll be like, no, you suck, bro. And then like just having like a friendship right there that just forms, just you know what I mean. And you can make it across the United States, anywhere you go, is the friendship that you have.
Yeah.
So that's what the Jackalmen has brought to me.
There's definitely a difference between playing with people that you want to grow with versus people at your locals. People at your locals, the conversations are definitely different. versus a conversation with Eric, about a deck that you're growing and trying to
me
build.
and Christian talk almost like every day.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
So,
and it's about everything, right? Like here, like in Orlando, like I still to this day I don't understand how Orlando is they're not considering a competitive place. Like we have great players, and like I could like I have friends like Andrew Cox, I have friends like Andres, like we talk about, and we're competitive players, but it's different. The fact that I could speak to the Jackalmen about a card that I think is good, and I might play it out against him on a Friday or Saturday night and like prove it that it might be a better card, then like that's what the Jackal pack brings, like communication, also keeping up with the meta, right? Because we all play meta. Like there's no question. Like we all play, well, let me rephrase that. We all play different style of metas. So, and that's one of the best things about being a Jack pack.
So we provide a lot of different resources for you.
100%.
So we are now accepting open applications. The only way that you can enter, though, is you need to be Christian, mano y mano.
Mano a mano. And I'll make sure that's so difficult for you guys.
Yeah, he gets to play infinite while you play standard.
Oof.
But he can't play Yodelea. Can't play Yodelea.
Yeah, how about this? I'll let you guys choose my deck.
Ooh.
2 characters that you want me to play with. They have to be elite.
No, dude. I think they have to beat you if Finn Ma's infinite.
No, we can't do that to them.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
You just desperate.
Yeah.
We're joking, but open applications. Please email us at jackalmengames.com if you'd like to join, and then we will put you through a test.
Yeah,
we'll take it into consideration.
Exactly. Personality is flat.
I'm about to say you also have to be able to put up my shit, so
and I might be able to put up with my trash talk. Because best believe, if I beat you, you're gonna hear it for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And then one of the coolest things that I was messing around with in infinite format with the new plot that's -2 Allies of Necessity. So I was like, you guys know that I'm a big Moz player. I love Moz. She's my favorite character. So I was thinking about bringing Sabine Moz to the play just to mess around with that. It's a little spicy, man. He could do some work. So I was thinking about playing that in infinite just to like mess with people's heads. So.
But I just feel like without that second chance and without that impersonate.
No. He would get it.
Oh, an infinite. Oh, he's talking infinite. Sorry.
Yeah.
Full power Sabine, but with but not Sabine. So yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah. Full power.
I'm having a stroke right now.
Yeah. Sabine and Old Moz or Sabine?
Yeah, Old Moz.
Okay.
Sabine Old Moz. So it's basically saying I don't care about rolling. I'm gonna do 6 damage almost every turn.
Dude, what about Sabine with Satine?
Sabine Satine? I just don't feel it though.
I like how that rhymes.
Yeah.
Bars.
Sabine Satine.
And you get more health.
I just don't feel it though. Like Sabine Satine is like, I don't know, like Maz just does that. Like, all right, you kill Sabine, Maz is gonna do her work, right? Maz could close the game. Satine can't. I don't think, in my opinion.
Satine has the reroll ability for any of your die. Sorry.
Yeah, but Maz says roll out and resolve.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, I definitely give Maz the extra benefit there.
It just annoys people, right?
I like re-rolling Sabine dice though.
I hate it. You don't re-roll Sabine dice, man. The fact that you just said that, Nick, I'm gonna kick you out of your own podcast.
Okay, fine, bye.
You just roll out Sabine and then pray for a God run just resolve. You don't re-roll. Once you re-roll, then game's really hard for you.
So in this scenario, if you get fleed the scene, do you cry?
I mean, you pass.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like your whole damage for the turn just like went. So now that you have to do whatever.
But then you pass. You flee the scene, you pass.
Right.
Like you pass. It's a new round.
I mean, yeah.
So like he played a card, lost some money, and then.
Oh yeah, flee the scene feels really bad against Sabine.
Exactly, it's the worst card to play against Sabine.
This man just left. But say, so do you want us to just name off the big cards to kind of bring it all back to full circle?
Okay. So
All right.
Let's talk about your top 5 cards and my top 5 cards.
My top 5 cards right now for hero and villain, like separately.
I mean, sure, 5 and 5.
Okay.
What not 3 and 3?
3 and 3 is way easier.
3 and 3. 3 and 3.
3 and 3. All right. So, for hero, so decoy, it's huge. Depending on the matchup, no answer as a counter to mill and certain things, to be able to hit their even against some of the heavier support decks. If you're able to play red, it's just killer. It's murderous. And then my third hero card, I guess I don't really have a third hero card really. That's super OP. I'm trying to think. Oh, Suppressive Fire. That's stupid. I'm stupid. And then for villain. So villain OP cards are obviously Vader's Fist, Mega Blaster Troopers, and Snoke. You play all 3 of those, and you're good.
You win. All right, so let's talk about my 3. I'm just gonna talk 6 cards. So I'm not gonna talk hero or villain. So my number 1 card that's a staple and it's the dumbest card to this day is called Entourage.
Yes.
Almost every deck plays it, and I think it's OP. Second card that I think is OP, I would say, I would agree with you. Snoke right now is just ruling the world right now, just ruling the world. And then Vader's Fist, honestly,
it kind of feels like Begao.
Exactly. So dying out slowly, right? In my opinion, it's dying out slowly.
It doesn't feel bad once it's on the board, but while it sits in your hand, you're like, I don't really want to play this.
Exactly.
But so if you don't play it turn 1 or the turn you're trying to end the game, or the round that you're trying to end the game, it feels kind of flat.
Exactly, 100%.
Force Storm.
Stupid Force Storm, man.
I forgot about that.
When I first saw it, I'm like, this card is trash. Damage on me.
Yo, dude, did I tell? I want this to be in the podcast just in case he listens. So I was playing my secret deck, the one that I played at our tournament, against James, and he was playing Mace Satine, and I did 23 or 25 damage with Force Storm in round 1 of the game. I dropped it round 1, and just killed his entire board with Force Storm.
Over. GG? Nah.
Round 1 of the game.
So another big card that I say that it's not being seen play as much, and I still think is a good card in the into the garbage chute or in the garbage chute.
Yeah,
I think in the crosshairs is stronger than that though.
It can be, but right now with vehicle decks the way they are, sure, I'll exhaust this character to remove 2 of your die. Right, I still think it's one of a good card, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'll get backlash for it, but I still think it's a strong card.
So look at this though. Right now we are in a very greedy meta where you have a lot of range being put out at one time, or a lot of blanks, or a lot of specials, or whatever they're trying to do, because like me and you spoke earlier, there's not a lot of blue or blues being played in everything. That gets rid of a lot of dice at one time. Well, there is this yellow card that says in the crosshairs that gets rid of all of it, and you get another action.
Yep.
But I always put that over into the garbage chute, because 1, you get to keep your character.
That's
2,
true.
if Force Storm's on a special and that's your only mitigation in hand, you lose.
That's true.
So you have to let it resolve that special, reroll, hope it doesn't get into a special to be able to. And does it say up to 2 or does it say 2?
Which one?
Damage.
2. Into the garbage chute.
So if it's by itself, if Force Storm's by itself and only with focuses, you just still lose. Where into the crosshairs, it doesn't matter. You can be like, oh, do specials. You can be like focuses, so you can only do it once, or whatever it may be. I think in the crosshairs is dominant.
It's 2 dice. It's up to 2 dice on garbage chute.
Okay, so it's up to, but it has to be damage, showing damage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, if Force Storm is showing the special, you lose.
I mean, Force Storm has a 50% chance to show damage, but if it's on special, the special's what kills you.
Yes.
And so it feels bad to like give up a character to remove its die off the board whenever Palp's just going to power action it back in.
Exactly. It's the most annoying thing. You have to be able to have multiple removals.
Where it's like, I'd rather just remove it and or other specials that are out there with it. Because if you're playing against a Palp deck, there's a lot of specials in that deck that are going to be on the board, and you just get rid of all of them, or you let the gun go and then he rolls it back out with the specials and stuff that are out there, or you just knock out all the focuses or something. I feel like it's just a better card than in the garbage chute. I've never liked that card, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah. No. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. It's just, I think that card to me, like, it saved me from many games. And
yeah,
you know, another one that I like to talk about, like, I'm going to talk about 2 battlefields as a one card because battlefields are not worth. So we're talking about soft flats, and we're going to talk about mean streets, right? Like, you're playing one of the 2.
I can't wait to talk about salt flats in our next segment that we're about to record.
Yeah. Okay, so let me put this to a close. Let's put this to bed, guys.
Yes.
So before we go, James and I have something to talk about for rules. We have like 3 cards we're going to talk about that we recorded a long time ago. So please welcome past Kevin and past James. Hey, Kevin from the future. Hold on, don't say that closing statement yet. I got James here for... Oh man, that sounds so lame.
No, that sounds perfect.
Okay, I got it. What's up, James?
What's up, guys? Glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. We haven't done this in a while, and Convergence has been slowly rolling out, and meta is starting to form, and FFG is starting to tell us things about bigger events, and MomoCon is coming, and all this great stuff.
MomoCon is so close, and Convergence is finally fully released. We have the new draft set finally out. People can actually get a hold of it now.
Mm-hmm.
So time to start testing and getting ready for MomoCon in 2 weeks.
So we're now here to talk about... We got 3 questions. 3 rules questions, and I'm just going to start off. You ready?
Let's do it.
If I have Vibro Cutlass on a yellow character, is the die considered to be showing a cost for the purpose of playing Rendezvous? So let's talk about Vibro Cutlass first, though.
Alright, so the thing that you need to know about Vibro Cutlass is its effect decreases the resource cost on this die by 1, while the upgrade is on a yellow character. So what Rendezvous wants is a die that is showing a resource cost. Even though Vibro Cutlass's cost is reduced by 1, it is still technically showing a resource cost of 0 on its 3 and 4 melee damage sides. So yes, you can use Rendezvous on those 2 sides.
Would you wanna?
Probably not, unless you're playing in a mixed damage deck. It lets you resolve a die with Ambush, but you'd probably be resolving it with other melee die.
I mean, what would be cool? Let's try to think of a scenario of where you would want to rendezvous your Vibro Cutlass dice. I mean, it could be your 3rd impulsive in the deck.
Potentially.
But just for 1 dice. Or if you're running a mixed damage deck with Infestus.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing too. It would let you resolve this plus a couple other scoundrel dice with her power action.
Yeah, that would be a cool scenario there. Okay, moving on. Next question. How does logistics work with Resistance Crate Speeder's resource side?
Alright, so logistics lets you resolve a die showing resource for +1. And Resistance Crate Speeder allows you to resolve its die and increase its value by +1 if you place a damage token on Resistance Crate Speeder. So both of those effects happen at the same time. So Resistance Crate Speeder's 1 resource side will turn into a 3 resource if you're using logistics and the ability on it.
That's pretty sweet. Definitely a place where we've seen an effect like this was during the Jackal hunt with Karma's build of Aura Singh and Snoke, she was able to discard a card while doing the power action from Snoke to get a 5 gun side.
Yep. So as long as multiple effects are triggering on the die resolve, they all happen as the die resolves combined together. So everything stacks, and you get to punch people in the face real quick.
Yep. Okay, and my last one before you go is when you have 3 upgrades, how does playing the 4th one work?
All right, so this one has really not been much of a problem or a need to know until Custom Bandolier started getting used in certain decks. So, of course, everyone knows that when you have 3 upgrades down, you can choose to overwrite one of them to save resources on whatever you're playing. But you can also, the way playing upgrades work is you play your 4th one, and then your board state is illegal, and you have to discard one of your 4 upgrades. So with the example given with Custom Bandolier, because after you play it, it becomes one of your unlimited upgrades because it's an equipment. Your board state becomes legal and nothing has to get discarded.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Beautiful.
So it's just, I just want to know for future reference, like if I'm overwriting, do I move the card away first? The card that's already on the character, do I pick up that card and say I'm overwriting, or do I play the 4th one down and say I'm overwriting with this one?
If you're overriding specifically, I believe that you remove the card first, and that's just to kind of show how much that you're paying for the card.
Okay. So then when I'm playing my 4th one, it in hopes to, not in hopes, but when I'm playing my 4th one to discard an upgrade, I play the 4th one and then say, okay, this is what we're doing. This one leaves.
Yeah. So just a real quick, for instance, if you have, say, a 0 cost Aquata Breather on the field, and then a lightsaber and a second lightsaber that you overwrote for this turn, you can still play your 4th upgrade and discard the Aquata Breather because you're not overriding, you're just discarding an extra upgrade on your character.
Oh, true. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much, James, the TO.
Anytime, happy to be here.
So your most recent claim to fame as a TO was judging our Jackal hunt. Did any rule questions really come up?
Yeah, we had a couple of rules calls. Nothing really out of the ordinary. A lot of them were just simple clarifications, mostly timing-based things. So just as a general, God, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Rule of thumb?
Word of advice
Ah,
to people out there: if you want to get better at rulings for Destiny, just learn the timings on certain interactions. Pretty much, if it says before, if it says after, if it just says do this, all of that kind of reads into the timing of how things interact with each other. And also it reads into, or it goes into just read the card, and 99% of the time that'll answer your question.
just read the card, guys. Just read the
I
card.
promise you, like, it almost sounds mean to say it, but 99% of the time, if you read the card word for word, it will answer the question that you're asking.
I really hope people don't start reading the cards, because that's just going to eliminate this spot here of our rules section on the podcast.
Well, then that just makes my job even easier.
But this is like my one time a week where I really get to talk to James.
We'll figure it out.
I'm going to miss you, bud. Mr. James, I don't feel so good.
Nope. I love you 3000.
Wow, that was some great rules, huh, guys?
What a dick punch.
That's crazy.
Fucking
so crazy.
fantastic.
Okay, there you go. Now you're starting to pour them in a little bit. It's just like, oh, shoot, I forgot to curse.
Nah, man. I'm just trying to be civil. The fuck you want from me here? Okay?
As he says, I'm trying to be civil.
Listen,
Yeah. Listen.
I'm trying to be as fucking civil as Alabama's can be, okay, right now?
They got a lot of work to do. They got some backtracking to do. Or-
That's all Alabama is backtracking.
Yeah. Our frontwards is backwards. Welcome to
About to say
Alabama.
backtrack, backwoods. There's no difference. Whatever.
Christian, I don't know if you know about closing statements, but I have a story that I want to tell you, Christian.
Tell me about the story.
Yeah, Christian, I'm going to tell you the story, Christian.
Tell me.
So we have this section called Help Us Podcast, and I have asked for closing statements for the past 10 episodes.
Forever.
And Jedi Geek Girl has offered up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 closing statements, and I have not picked a single one. So today, I'm gonna make up for it by reading every single one of her closing statements. All in one. You ready?
I'm about to say, do we reply to these or do we just let them happen?
No, we just let them happen, and then we say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
It's a secret to everyone. Shh! It's a secret to everyone. You should just rename this the Agent of Zion ending because because you shouldn't even bother trying. Be mad that you're not at Celebration because I am. My statements never get picked, so why try? And always check your pockets when doing your laundry.
Facts.
So, Jedi Geek Girl, I am so sorry. I did not mean to not pick you 6 times. I'm sorry. But it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. Get the fuck out of here now, guys. Bye.
Oh, that wasn't a closing statement?
That was it. That's the end.
Okay. Peace out, guys.
Bye.